Welcome back to the calendar. There are just so many more events happening this weekend. Even though this is the big last weekend shopping, a lot of family. My brother's flying in this weekend, so it's a lot of people are gearing up because we have a middle of the week holiday.
Right. So you can spend some more days with people before or after. Now, this next event I wanted to talk about, this is kind of family-oriented, but it's a tack that I like to take with my kids, and that is sort of taking something that they're familiar with and looking at the science of it. Discovery Station has two speakers coming in Saturday, talking about some of the aspects of Christmas from a scientific point of view. For instance, Rodney Martin, who's the retired planetarium director for the school system, we're talking about the Christmas star and what that might have been, what might have provided the light, taking the Christmas story and looking for clues as to what that could have been, a comet or a star or something. And then in the morning, Keegan Broyce, who is a former student here in the school district, will be talking about how can Santa's sleigh go around the world in a single night? Which is a good question. If you take that as an actual investigation, how can that be?
So like physics.
Yeah, exactly.
Get kids involved in science.
How might he do that?
Yes.
So those are two neat things. Let's get that information on the screen. That's at Discovery Station Saturday Plus. Two speakers on Saturday, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. That's at Discovery Station in downtown Hagerstown. It's free to get in for this program, and there's a phone number there on the screen.
Wow, a blues Christmas, and this isn't the blues that people would think of like the sad thing. This is the blues music.
Right.
And I've talked to many blues artists over the years, and a blues is never meant to wallow in self-pity about. It's a celebration. So Billy Thompson Band, I've actually heard of these guys. The blues-based funky original music, they are awesome. I saw something that they performed with, I don't know if it was B.B. I know that they performed with B.B. King and the Neville Brothers, but I'm not sure which one I saw them perform with, but awesome.
And in a venue like the Shepherdstown Opera House, which is small and intimate, you'll be right there with them. I mean, even in the back of the room, they're not that far away.
No.
I really like the venue. I've seen a couple of acts there, and just to see the instruments played, to see the musicians actually play their instrument instead of from a distance, where it's off, or just hear it on radio. It's great to see them perform live, and these guys can rock.
Well, and the thing is, too, is like at the Shepherdstown Opera House, the fact that, over 100 years ago, that's exactly what people were doing. Sitting in there listening to music.
Yeah.
Before the invention of such crazy things with DVDs and stuff like that. So let's get that information up on the screen. It's the Blues Christmas 8 on Saturday at the Shepherdstown Opera House. Our little secret, get there early so you can get in the front seat for the couches, people. It's $5, and there's a phone number and website up on there. Now here's a whole different genre of music, the flute ensemble concert, and I think it's hilarious because they're called the Toot Uncommon Flutes.
Toot Uncommon Flutes.
Love
yes.
that.
And interestingly, I've seen different sizes of the usual flute that you play like this. Now some of these are that style of flute, but there are also flutes I've never seen before. A bass flute. They play an ethnic kind of a flute that kind of doubles back around like a J-shaped flute. So anyway, they bring out a lot of different instruments, and flutes have a lot of different voices. It's not only the high, pretty sound. Some of them are lower and more mellow. So they'll be playing at the Washington County Museum of Fine Arts, seasonal music, of course. And it's a group. There's a dozen members. So it'll be a big concert, not just something refined and where you sit back demurely and listen. This will be a little bit more something to connect to.
Well, I see that there's all different types too: amateurs, professionals, teachers.
Yes, yeah.
So it's it's not perfect by any means because
Right.
But it's definitely going to be something to see. Toot Uncommon Flutes, love that. Let's get that information up on the screen. That's 2:30 on Sunday at the Washington County Museum of Fine Arts there in City Park. It is free. There's a phone number and website for more information. Now, we've talked about this. The Nutcracker is, the quintessential ballet to watch. And this one is one that was actually postponed because of the snow, right?
Right. So this has been rescheduled. It's A&B Dance Dimensions and A&B Dance Company of Waynesboro is putting on the Nutcracker, which they had scheduled for, I think, a couple weeks ago. But they fortunately were able to get a venue and reschedule, so now it'll be this Sunday afternoon at the Waynesboro Area Senior High School. In fact, let's get that information up on the screen. It's 2 o'clock Sunday at the Senior High School in Waynesboro in the auditorium. $5 to get in, a good deal for the show, and there's a phone number there on the screen. It's all local dancers, this production. Some productions bring in outside dancers to sing to perform the principal roles. This is all local dancers.
Well, I love the fact that they were able to reschedule, because these kids work so hard for this production, and then if it gets canceled, I mean, that's what you work towards. It's kind of like deflating. So I'm happy that the family. This will be a beautiful weekend to have family around and watch the Nutcracker and cheer the kids on. So we have so many more events.
Yes.
Tell me about this New Beginnings Gala. I had seen something in our, we call them briefs, that's our calendar listings, but about this organization. Tell me a little bit about this.
This is an organization, it's a local organization. It's called the Phil-Am Association, and one of the things that they do, they try to they're raising money to send it back to the Philippines to help victims of the typhoon that went through a few months ago, Typhoon Haiyan. So this is it's a gala, it's a performance, dinner first, and then dances on stage, different sorts of ethnic dances, some of them traditionally Filipino, and then also belly dancing. And then after that, after the performances, there'll be DJ and more dancing. Everyone can dance.
Right.
So it's a full evening, and for not that much money, $15 is a ticket to get in. So that's a nice deal. I'm sure that they'll be doing some fundraising during the event also to gather some more funds.
Well, I am hoping that the Filipino organization is having their people do some food. One of my really good friends, Ron, he is Filipino, and I went to his birthday party last year. These people can cook. I've never seen so much food, and it's so delicious. So I'm really hoping that they're going to be in charge of putting on the spread. So we'll see.
We'll see. Okay, let's get that information on the screen. That's the New Beginnings Gala, 6 to 9 on Monday at the Best Western Grand Venice here in Hagerstown. $15 to get in, and there's a phone number and an email address there on the screen. Well, so much.
So much more.
So much weekend, yeah. Be sure to check the newspaper daily for our calendar of events, which will go through Christmas and beyond. And if you have an event to send us, send it to us at allhagerstown.net. That's directly online, or you can email that to lifestyle@herald-mail.com, and we'll get that into the calendar.
Be sure to check us out, too, on Facebook. We're always looking for comments, and like us on Facebook. And if you have any more information, like Chris said, send it to us. We'll see you next week.